And on Saturday, they will be having a very big game up against Mozambique. Just stay locked as we break for you the contents into analysis.
Now, of course, one of the biggest things that probably you could be starting with is the local scene, where, of course, two of the West Nile Stride getting onto the score sheet for yet another time in that is history. Yesterday, after KCCA and Maroons Football Club locked horns in a thriller, of course, where you did see the team of KCCA losing to Maroons. Now, Fred Amako was the man who, of course, put the icing sugar on, that is the cake, for Maroons Football Club to overcome KCCA at their own home right at Ligogo right away. It was a game that was played under floodlights and a game that, of course, saw very many look into that. Benson, one, Mo Shaban got onto the score sheet first, later on leveled by Amaku. And then later on, you did see also Amaku making headline yet again, right there. What went wrong for KCCA Football Club?
Talking about the Ugandan-based players who are playing in these two camps, the camp of Maroons and the camp of KCCA, of late it has been Muhammad Saban trying to uplift the team of KCCA. And we have seen him scoring some of the goals in the Cup Confederations Cup and also in the league, at least getting a goal. That means he is actually trying to pick up after so many criticisms coming against him. And also Fred Amako, I think he has actually been the pillar for the team of Maroons in getting the ball into the back of the net. Maroons up against KCCA, I saw it coming. Even in my prediction, I said the best for KCCA up against the team of Maroons was going to be a draw, because when you take a look at the quality, the score, the form, everything Maroons having of late is not compared to the Maroons, because Maroons we used to know past used to just come to the Start Times Uganda Premier League, fight for relegation, maybe fight to see that they finish in a better position. But Maroons of nowadays is Maroons that can be able to beat giants, that can be able to see that they compete in top four, and at the same time you will also see some of the best players coming from the camp of Maroons. Meanwhile, KCCA, the pressure still keeps on piling on them, because they already knocked out of the continental football, that's Cup Confederations Cup. They needed to turn the focus to the Cup, to the Start Times Uganda Premier League. It has started on a bad note for them. The first game they played, being beaten by the team of Bull FC. I excuse them because Bull FC, the huge side, but coming against the Maroon side, I thought that they were going to put something on the table for their fans, again losing games consecutively. So it's a bad one for the team of KCCA, but my emphasis is all about, and my priority is all about Muhammad Saban trying to pick to see that each and every time he plays for the team of KCCA, this time he puts the ball into the back of the net. At least 2 games played back to back, we are seeing him get into the score sheet. Unfortunately, the scores he's having for the team cannot be in position to take the team anywhere.
2 goals in 2 games. It's Mohamed Shaban, but of course the talisman, I'm talking about Maroons forward, Amaku. 3 games and 3 goals. It shows you what exactly that is credibility. West Nile is trying to see what exactly it is. But talking about Mohamed Shaban, the coach seems already trying to give him what exactly needs as a player.
Exactly.
It's all about the play time. And the coach seems to be trusting him already. Remember, at KCCA, there's a lot of competition, and it is all on to what exactly you need to do. Every time the chance is given, can you prove yourself and make that? And that is what exactly Mohamed Shaban is trying to push in right there. But all in all, when you put the strength in a game, you need to apply it. Now, every time he's off, the new people brought in, you don't see, of course, the impact. Maybe you don't see the goals. Names like Usama Rafat probably could be one big names that you be talking about, who are always so good trying to rescue the team. But of course, things were not working out in there. 2 games, 2 losses for KCCA. In fact, 3 games, 3 losses for KCCA. In this Start Times Uganda Premier League, 2 games, 2 losses. How bad is that for him? I mean, for Team KCCA?
Yeah, truly it's a bad one, because they're one of the biggest teams we should say right now in the Start Times Uganda Premier League. You talk about Vipers and the team we are discussing right now, KCCA. Though the other teams are there, Sports Club Villa, but still KCCA together with Vipers, they will still remain the biggest teams we have of late in the Start Times Uganda Premier League. People will always be expecting a lot in terms of putting positive results, but 3 games consecutively. Leave aside the other defeat they had in the CAF Confederations Cup, but picking consecutive defeats, 2 games already played, and against Bull FC, an average team, I should say, because they are not much known in Ugandan football. Why am I saying so? They have not even won any title as far as Ugandan football is concerned. You talk about the team of Maroons. Yeah, I expected at least yesterday to have maybe played out a draw with the team of Maroons. That means something is wrong already happened at the camp of KCA. Still speaking something little about the guy that's Muhammad Saban. Currently, if you take a look at the quality KCA is having, more especially in the attacking force, I think Muhammad Saban to me is the key man, the pivot in the attacking force, because there is no Rogers Mato who has already left the country. You talk about Alan Okello, who used to have that combination with the likes of Matos, but these 2 great players, the attacking players, they have already left the camp of KCA. That means the focus will turn to Das Muhammad Saban, and already 2 games played and getting into the score sheet. Unfortunately, the goals he has scored for the team of KCA, they have all turned to be a mere consolation, because the goals cannot even earn a point, not even points for the team of KCA. That means KCA, of course, they need a lot to improve in all the departments. And I am asking myself, does the problem come from the coach, or it's from the whole technical team, or is the problem is coming from the players? It means it's a general problem within the team. The players, of course, they will have to understand the tactics of the coach, and you say the player will always perform depending on how he or she is nurtured by the coach. Do you have that understanding with the coach? Do you, as a coach, do you have that understanding with the player? The form of Muhammad Saban, of course, is not a surprising to me. It's a surprising to some extent, because of late, the last 2 to 3 seasons, he has gone quiet, but picking it from where he had left it in some years back, I think is a good one. For the form of KCA, I think they will have to wake up from that last form they have been possessing.
A very big one, of course. This looks like one of the biggest moments. 1974, KCA also had a poor start like this, and it has costed them a lot of moments. Now, memories go back again to see what exactly they need to do. But for Maroons Football Club, they look to be one of the sides that is going to be giving hard time to very many clubs into the Start Times Uganda Premier League this season.
Yeah, exactly. That is the point, because you currently take a look at the table standing. The only 3 games already played, they are already having 7 points to their name, 2 wins and plus a draw. And you take a look at the wins they have picked, they have not been against an easy sides. Actually, these wins they have come against some of the big teams we have in Ugandan football. It means if they can be in position to beat some of the big teams against the average teams like Gaddafi, you talk about Busoga, so many of them, that means Maroons of this season will not be Maroons that used to fight for a position in the league, that used to fight to avoid the relegation. And you have already said they are having a powerful striker in the names of Amako Fred, already starting on a top note, firing 3 goals already, and he will still want to continue with the spirit, continue with the momentum. Already the morale is there, sitting ahead of some of the teams like KCCA. You talk about Vipers, currently they are second on the log. Of course, it will keep on motivating the rest of the team to see that they continue to perform like that. Like I said, you already winning games against some of the big opponents. When it will come to the teams, average teams, of course, that's when you will see Maroons as one of the favorites to win the Start Times Uganda Premier League this season.
Sam Fuma is the head coach probably right now for that is the team of Maroons Football Club, and he came out saying he only needed a goal, and of course the goals kept coming with the boys trying to push it so much. Then of course the only thing after the break was to see that get a goal and probably let's go back and defend this. It was a team spirit that worked out for this very club to see that they beat KCCA at their own grounds at Lugogo. And of course it's an experience of having it on that is we're talking about floodlights. It's not an easy experience for very many clubs that probably are pushing in there. But all in all, it worked out for him, and it is one thing there. But for the sides of KCCA, we know they are an institutional club, and this is not how they're supposed to start. They started in the wrong way for them. Are we seeing that is Sergio Traguli survive the axe anytime from KCCA Football Club as the head coach?
The way I am seeing all these foreign coaches at the end, they will be expelled out of the country because of the performance they are putting. Initially, they have been brought their priorities to why we have seen some of these big names going for foreign coaches to see they uplift their flag in continental football. which they have failed at the preliminary round. Now coming to the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, they have failed at the preliminary round at the initial stages. Even for the coach of Vipers, he has already left the camp of Vipers, and now the focus turns to Darcy Traguli and also Stojanovic, the coach for Sports Club Villa. You are not starting so well. Though each and every time he loses a game like this, we always see him coming on board, defend the boys, defend himself. But if the form continues like that, we may not see these foreign coaches surviving for a longer period of time in these clubs. The way I am seeing, of course, the coach himself, Traguli, will end up leaving the team of KCA before the season comes to an end.
We're watching the space so closely to see what exactly will be coming out right there. But of course now, if I get to offer the script in now, off script, we just did see a report yesterday bump up about Royal Hill Sports Club head coach saying, of course, he's here to stay at Royal Hill Sports Club now that he is one of the owners of the club. I just did give you an insight that this club is under management of now South Livingston Babazi. In fact, if he was to do is now to look for a coach to come and train these players, but all in all, he is the in charge of the team. We looked at Adams Lematia Otelul, who is the public relation, but of course he had to come in as an acting CEO. Of late, we're seeing what he's supposed to do is mostly done by Toko Badru. But a statement came out yesterday, and everyone is like, okay, is this how it is? But of course, a poor start. So this is what, of course, has come out. I just wanted to give those people who probably will want to find out, because someone asked me about the club right there. Why would that have come in? So it was a statement that came there, and he confirmed that he is not going anywhere. So that is one big thing.
Yeah, concerning the issue, whether it's a bad day in office, whether it's a good day in office, you need to stick to your work. Livingston Babazi, he has stayed for long at the camp of Royal Hill Sports Club. He's a very good coach, one of the best, I should say, in the country. And the past 2 seasons he has had with the team of Royal Hill Sports Club, he has actually been performing very well. And the club has also been generating very well and working so well with the boys of Royal Hill Sports Club. And it has only been this season, 2023/2024, and the initial stages, the preliminary round, where we have seen Royal Hill not performing very well. The last 3 games, the opening 3 games they have played in the new season of the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, losing all of them, only putting 1 into the back of the net. That means they need to do something. If the coach says that he's still going to remain with the team and see that the team, of course, had to improve in their performances, it's a good one, because if he was going to come up with a statement saying that since the club is not performing so well, he may end up yet to see if he can still remain with the club. But that decision alone, that word alone, he's still going to stick to the club, is a good one. And of course it will make the fans, the players, everything, every fan, every personality that follows the club to still believe in the club, that the club can still change in the future.
One of the big statements he said was, yes, last season we saw what exactly happened. Indeed, it was one thing that happened where Royal Hill Sports Club started on a wrong note, losing 4 consecutive games, and that's what he still relies on. But at last they finished number 4th, so there's still anything that can be done. But last season had a couple of players, you would say quality players. Can they do that this season?
Royal Hill Sports Club this season, I am only seeing them surviving relegation to see that they remain in the league. They are not competitors this season, because you take a look at the points gap they are having with the rest of the teams that are already overlapping on top of the level. More especially teams that are from number 1 to number 5. You look at the points gap, it's too huge, and you are yet to win a game, and you have so many negatives. I think they're even aware, they knew before the kickstart of the new season they were going to fight for relegation, which of course is a huge task on them. They need to fight to see that the boys they have in the technical team, they need to fight to see that they avoid relegation. And at the same time, one vital issue, of course, they will have to handle before the season reaches very far is, of course, to structure the administrative issue. Of course, they will need to come up with a CEO, and of course, if the role of maybe Hotel Vegas is given to us, has already been given to Tioke, and he has to be assigned a different role. And the other thing here is only to structure the administrative role such that the club performs very well. It's all about it. The technical team, the players, the fans believe in the club, and they put everything together, and this club will survive. If everything is going to continue in a scattered way, that's when we will see the club going to the relegation.
Just to tell you that the gaffer himself, Charles Livingston Mbabazi, has confirmed that this club is not going anywhere, not even a relegation, right? They are probably starting a wrong note. He is going to make sure that the players acclimatize to the environment, because since it's a new home, it's new players, and that's what exactly will be coming. So we're expecting a success for that is Charles Livingston Mbabazi picking away the team from where they are in the red zone. Of course, they're rock bottom, and probably surviving relegation through way from there, and make sure that the team finishes in a good place right there. Remember, all these scenarios started last, and we did see all this happen, even which affected them in the Super 8, and they couldn't play in the Super 8 one big moment. So that is one thing that we're waiting to see, and how exactly this would push the team. But of course, I've loved the statement he has made, giving confidence to the fans, giving everything to any other stakeholder of the club, and being, of course, a part. That means, are we saying he has a share now in the club, is one thing that we needed really to find more.
It might be true, it might also be a false thing, but if such kind of thing happens, that means there is something which is cooking behind. He might be having the share, and generally, if you take a look at the words coming from his mouth, 70% which will say yes, he's one of the shareholders for the team of Arua Hill Sports Club. But with the football fans, what they don't want to know much is whether you are a shareholder, has been the coach. What they want to know is whether you can be able to uplift the team from their worst start of the season to somewhere. Can he be able to do that one? Being a shareholder, of course, is a very good thing, and will still motivate the rest of the stakeholders, and at the same time will make everyone to believe in the club. But as I said, which I want to go back to, he's one of the best coaches we have in the StarTimes.
What do you term as a best coach? What do best coaches do? How can someone earn the best coaching?
You know, as being one of the best coaches, there are some things you need to possess. First of all, like let me give you an example with Mbabazi. He has stayed for, this is his third season with the Arua Hill Sports Club in StarTimes Uganda Premier League. The last 2 seasons he has had with the club, what has he done for the club? I think the first one I should say is, since Arua Hill Sports Club is still a new club in StarTimes Uganda Premier League, at least the last 2 seasons he has managed to guide the club to see that they avoid relegation, not only avoiding relegation, and also to see that the club finishes in a better position. You look at the scenario of last season, bringing the club to that top 4 in their second consecutive season in StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Automatically, that one will put you as one in the list of as one of the best coaches in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. And also the season has started, though they have not started on a good note, still believing in the club, and we have just been talking about some of the statements coming from him, and also previously working for Arua, not working for the team of Onduparaka Football Club. He was also a good one. He at least made Onduparaka Football Club to perform very well. Going to the team of Mbara City, he was also one of the best, and he has also had times with some of the national teams we have in the country. That one already possesses that he's one of the best in the country.
Okay. When a coach wins trophies, is that coach a good coach?
Yeah, obviously he will be the best. He will be the best. Though we have
when a coach survives relegation, is that coach a good coach?
Yeah, it depends on the quality, the type of the team you coach.
When a coach works with a club and maintains the club, not relegated, not promoted to maybe not, but like for Uganda Premier League, keeps the club in that shape consecutively, maybe change of position from this to that to this to that. Positively. Would that coach be a good coach?
Yeah, he will still remain as one of the best. Why am I saying so? As I said, it will depend on the type of the team you coach.
I'm just asking because I want to know what people say. Zinedine Zidane, as a player, was a good player. Came in as a coach, won trophies.
Okay.
Was he a good coach?
I should say obviously he was a very good coach. Why am I saying so? Once you are working for a club, you have been appointed as a manager or as a coach for a certain club. First of all, people want to first look at the type of the team you are coaching. Let me give you an example with the team of Vipers. If Mbambazi goes to those Vipers, first of all, what people will be expecting from him is to win the StarTimes Uganda Premier League title, maybe take the team to the continental football, win the Uganda Cup. And if he comes and the coaches maybe Gaddafi, as Arua Hill Sports Club, people know that these are clubs that cannot compete to see that they win the title. What people will be expecting from such kind of a coach is to see that, first of all, you avoid the relegation. The second thing is to make the team to finish in a better position. Third of it is, can you make the team to some point, to some extent, to compete with some of the best clubs we have in the country. Let me now go back to the scenario of Mbambazi. Mbambazi is a coach who has ever given hard times to some of the big teams we have in the country. Take a scenario of last season, bringing the team to the top 4. How many people expected Arua Hill to have finished in top 4? Those are the things we always look at. Like if Mourinho goes to, just in summary, if Mourinho comes to Burnley, what people will be expecting from him to see is to see that he avoids the relegation with Burnley, not to win trophies with Burnley. It's like also, we just compare Mbambazi at Vipers.
I'm not saying Mbambazi is not a good coach. I was just trying to bring scenario because very many people always think for you to be a good coach, it is all about winning trophies.
No.
And that's why I'm bringing that. Because very many, let's say some people don't believe that Mbambazi is a good coach.
No.
But for me, I say he is. Because Arua Hill first season to the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, he maintained the team there. Second season, he makes the team finish number 4th.
And Arua Hill was even a competitor.
Almost, if maybe he was a serious person, he would be winning a trophy, because I remember the KCC Vipers, they just handed over the trophy to Vipers in that way. And this started coming because now players started complaining because of a few things that they were supposed to be getting their allowances. They were demotivated. Otherwise, last season Arua Hill would win the trophy. So for me, I believe, yes, Charles Livingston Mbambazi is one of the best coaches in the country for now. Just like how the Mutenis went mute, but they are some of the good coaches in here. Whether they win or no. Just imagine Mbambazi gets to an institutional club. Just imagine Mbambazi goes to a team like Vipers. Why not win a trophy? Because you have the players. First of all, he's one player who fears working with certain character of players. To me, I've seen that happen. Because every time he comes, he may send you off and this. But all in all, Mbambazi is a good coach, and I believe his statement gives me a strong feeling that yes, he can pick off the team from that relegation and probably push in there, but they have next Sports Club Villa. So we shall wait to see. Yes, even though he loses 4 games, but what will be the rate at which he needs to win the rest of the games? Every team has rejuvenated, they have restructured. They're trying to see that this is not where they need to. Every team the game is so competitive this time.
Yeah, that's how it is. It is started for the already relegated Onduparaka Football Club. The fate for a club to avoid the relegation, to get out of the relegation, will also depend on how some of the teams that are sitting ahead of you are performing. Like I can give best example with the Gaddafi, Busogas of this world, how they also performing. If they will keep on picking maximum number of points, obviously it will keep on widening the points gap between themselves and the team of Arua Hill Sports Club. We are not saying that Arua Hill will go down, but we are saying that
they're already
of course,
down for now.
Then they need to improve.
So you will need to have whether they will go down depending on half season. Let's wait and see what exactly comes out. Okay. We're going away from there, but of course still in the Uganda Premier League, where of course Mbarara also at Kacheka Stadium held Vipers Sports Club in a goalless draw. No one saw the back of the net in Kacheka after, of course, a quiet one. Mbarara seems to be a side that has come so big in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Remember, they went off, they were brought in by, that is Sepigi, who brought them into the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, and then left. Now is with Ginger Doth in United. But all in all, Mbarara had to strengthen and add in more. He's called Honorable Mpaka as a club. He has always, they go down, they come back. They go and come. And this time, Mbarara, again, they Mbarara Lions are doing a very, very great job. But Kacheka has always been a hard ground for any, or even the Giants, to get a win right there. What do you anticipate from Vipers now?
You know, Mbara of this season is a rejuvenated Mbarara. Like you said, they have always been a journey team, coming back, going back, coming to start times Uganda Premier League, getting to start times FUFA Big League. This time their priority is to see that they avoid the relegation and probably finish in a better position. The draw actually they picked against the team of Vipers. Actually, it was a shocking result to me. Why am I saying so? You take a look at the quality of the Vipers is having in their team. It cannot be compared to the strength, everything the team of Mbara City is having. And we have always been singing this one. Kacheka has always been a very difficult hunting ground for most of the teams. In fact, all the teams are, because teams like KCS, Sports Club Villa, even Arue Hill, so many clubs they have ever visited Mbara City, and it has been something very difficult for them to come with even a mere point, whereas maximum number of points. The game actually they played against the team of Vipers yesterday. The last two games, since they have not been performing well, picking a draw and also picking the defeat in the other game, I thought Vipers still, knowing that teams like NEC FC, you talk about Airtel Chitara, trying to prove to be stubborn, since though they are still in your promoted side, they were going to get the 3 points against Mbara City by all means. But I got surprised, shocking to see that actually they were tied to a barren draw. But it happens because we have ever been talking about Kacheka Stadium and Mbara City, a new side, very ambitious, knowing that their counter opponents with whom they were promoted, Airtel Chitara, NEC FC, they are actually performing better than the rest of the team. They also need to pick to see that they perform the same way the rest of the teams with whom they actually earn the promotion they are performing.
All right, that's one big thing that is coming right there. But all in all, we are going to see after that stall. Yeah. URA has chosen Enoch Walusimbi as their captain right now, and would that be a good one for them?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. They have gone for a right man. Why am I saying so? It's not the first time we are seeing this guy taking the armband. He has ever been a captain for the team of Express and even for the Sakafa, and going also up to the Scottish Premier, Scottish League to play for Peterhead. I think they have gone for him because he's already having the CV, the profile is there. That's why they have decided to go for him. And also, amazing thing is also there seems to be, following what has actually been happening in the past, also giving the assistant captaincy to their goalkeeper, that's our team, is also a good one. But giving the armband to Enoch Walusimbi is a good decision they have taken. I don't see it as a bad one.
Under 20 World Cup qualifiers comes, and Uganda has confirmed that they are opponent, Mozambique.
These days, Uganda is not resting. Both the men's and the ladies, they are not resting. Each and every week, maybe after 2 weeks, whereas after a month, you always see them getting into a play. This time, they are playing Mozambique, not AFCON qualifiers, but the biggest tournament we have in the whole world. That's World Cup qualifiers. Can we be able to do it? Can we be able to do it? Can we be able to proceed ahead? Is actually what we are looking at. Though the senior ladies team they did not do it so well, but this time it is the Queen Cranes. Can they be able to surpass that in Mozambique? The game is actually on Saturday, and they are traveling away, and it's played on home and away basis. They are playing that side, and of course the returning league will be here at FUFA Technical Center in Nzeru. But the focus is, can we be able to go past the team of Mozambique is actually what we are looking at. The squad of course has already been unveiled.
I would love to give you more of that, but we take a break. And